and bring it out to the 25.
Simmons. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive on the road.
And you know the discussion going into the game? Centered on, okay, let's get out nice and easy, take care of the football, we're on the road. You're a youngster, let's not make mistakes early. But now the conversation will shift to, okay, put it behind you, move on. Long way to go in this one.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike.
Hey, wahoo!
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this, it's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels, you know, get to linebacker.
That's caught inside the 20. A gain of 32 that time. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They're going to look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cunningham. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Niners' 15-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
Mike 5-9, Mike 5-9.
They'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. That's offline. He hooked it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Here we go, here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
At the 28-yard line.
Here we go. 180. White.
Check. Crouch.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
It's now 3rd and 4.
Back. 21.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 25 yards that time.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
4 down. Check.
2. Bravo.
Switch.
Blue draw Corkers.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. He's going to airwalk. Touchdown, 49ers. In for the score as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point.
When we draw defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Tighten up.
2nd and 13. Over the middle, complete. That's Simmons. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it 3rd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. They'll look to throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Lock! Wide, get wide! Whip! Watch the whip!
21. Here we go.
Check 31!
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I'm not sure that you'd call it trick play, but it definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Throw left side complete. That's Aguirre. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Go ahead.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. After 7-0 on EA Sports. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th.
Check 37. Check 15.
Hey, alert! 1, Omaha. 21.
Check 9.
1, Omaha. 12.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll run it now out of the gun. Room here to run. the 30, past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The extra point up and good, and that'll make our score 14-7.
14, Patriots 7.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
15 for the Niners there and a first down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. He sets to fight into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Here we go.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me.
11.
Me and you. It's just me and you. Slam.
11. Go.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. Garoppolo looks to throw, and that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. That's a strong safety making a strong, hard tackle.
And we know his coach. Doesn't smile a whole lot, does he? How about that grin right there, ear to ear after that play?
Come on, sack. 15 on it.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Simmons. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Out of the gun now on third down. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up fourth down. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Here we go.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
21.
Now a handoff looking right. 7 yards there and a first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Strong left. Bandit.
21.
Towards the mic.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Flush to his right. On the crossing route, complete. It's Aguirre. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll run it now out of the gun. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
11.
Okay, just like that.
21. Here we go. Hey, Charlie.
On 2nd and inches, Garoppolo. And that's incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway. It's now 3rd down and less than a yard.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. They'll run it now out of the gun. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here we go.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join, who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 12 more yards there and another first down.
20. 12.
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Butker on for the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. So that one will be accepted.
Come on now, let's go.
Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Looking to throw. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Let's go. Henry. Check, 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 check.
2nd and 5. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
This quarterback now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a 1st down. He'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They'll run it now out of the gun.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
1st down, Patriots.
Check, check, you know it. Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball.
Quincy Wilson in on the stop. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
At the 24-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Watch the run, watch the run.
2nd and 9 now. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. So his struggle is just continuing here in the 1st half, throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know what they've always said? I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
second and 10 at the 30-yard line.
After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20. Garoppolo. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
On the deep ball. Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
Now they face a third and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
11. 21.
He's checking. Crash.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This fielded at the 2. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Hey, switch gears.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Here we go.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's second and 21. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on third. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Switch.
On first down, Simmons. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one. As As I was watching the play unfold, my eyes immediately went to the referee because I wanted to see, was he going to put those two hands over his head and that universal signal for a safety? But it's at the 1 yard line. You know you're playing with fire when you get sacked that close to the goal line.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. They've got his man complete. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. 99 yards. And the Patriots make some inroads here on that deficit. And it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back.
Team 6. I got you. Mike 2.
To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They'll run on 1st down. It's Simmons, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I'm gonna run you over. Check 13. Check 13. 58.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Let's go.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Watch the slant.
look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. Second down a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
And it's 3rd down.
Come on, set. Get you running. Get you running. Here we go. Chinese Ringo. Chinese on the ring.
They'll set up to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 21. 21. Mike 2. Watch 2. 65. 65. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Hey, exit. Check. 6. 6. Hot, hot.
Throwing on second down. Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Back now here in Santa Clara, as we've got the final quarter upon us. We get ready to start the 4th. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. This punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. Elsewhere around the NFL, they're in the 3rd quarter in Carson. And the Browns, they've extended their lead in that ball game. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. On second down, it's Simmons, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 41. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Touchdown pass number 4 of the afternoon for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Hey, here we go. Watch the over. Watch the pass. 58, boys. 58. 58.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Check, check. Fresno. 56. Bullet. Half. Check 59.
2nd and 1. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Get ready.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Well, the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Back to throw. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Check, 59.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
It's taken to the 26. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go, here we go. 180! Black!
Garoppolo on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
On
1st down, Garoppolo. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. And obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
Alert! Alert!
Jim!
Hey, Foxtrot!
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Watch safety creeping.
Hey, alert, man!
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wheeler. And they snap him short of the first as he can only get to the 20. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Garoppolo now. Over the middle complete. That's Wheeler. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
Here we go. 180!
Watch left.
21. Go ahead.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Hey, go. 13.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
Check the backer. Check, 59. We don't want this. 6'6". 5'9", Mike 5'9". Time to go, night.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Here we go. 180.
Watch 2.
11.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Watch 2. Big stop, D. Big stop.
Garoppolo's going to throw it and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Butker now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Niners 45, Patriots 13. Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Here we go.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he comes back with one complete. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Here we go. White 20.
Get him. Get him.
White. Hey, Zoo.
Garoppolo looking to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Hey, Alpha.
Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
21.
Choose the mic. Let's go, D.
Hey, wahoo.
Offense. It's going to be a long day.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Snags it for the pick. Shrugs him off. So the game will continue for at least one more play.
Cannot finish a game on a defensive penalty. That's why they get one more untimed attempt.
And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for San Francisco, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Patriots,